From Spartan Bowl in Connersville, welcome to Indiana High School Basketball, Round 1 of the 2020 Sectional. With Ron Wiley, this is Fran Schummel, thanking you for joining us for tonight's telecast. Ron, nothing like high school basketball the way it's played in Indiana.
Especially during sectional time, nothing like sectional play, especially here at the Spartan Bowl. This is the first time in a long time that the Spartans Connersville has hosted a sectional. It was back in the 70s and 80s, and pretty much from its history, it used to hold all kinds of sectionals. Now we're back, and hopefully this will live up to its hype.
The sectional is being broadcast by the ISC Sports Network with live games, original programming, studio shows, and much more on the ISC Sports Network. Find us on the web, download the app, or see us on TV all across Indiana. The ISC Sports Network, local lives here. Tonight, the Lawrenceburg Tigers and Connersville Spartans open the sectional. The Tigers and Spartans played just 10 days ago at Lawrenceburg. It was a 7-point win for Connersville, 49-42. Ron, that was the famous lights out ball game, right?
Yeah, that was where all the lights went out before the ball game. The JV game was suspended, postponed, or actually, it was stopped at the end of the third quarter because of the lights out. And it was a very competitive game. Connersville had some testing done by Lawrenceburg. They were able to hold them off for that 7-point victory. But, this is a new season. This is a new game, and Lawrenceburg is very, very hungry to avenge that loss.
Ron, give us 3 keys to tonight's ball game.
Well, the 3 keys for the Connersville Spartans actually is what team is going to be on the floor. That is a huge key to this team. It's been a lights-out type season. If the lights are on, they're one of the best teams in this conference, if not the best team in the conference. If it's off, anybody can beat them. So Connersville has to be competitive and play consistently all 4 quarters. They have to have ball control, and they also have to have patience. If they're getting pressed, if they're getting losing the lead, they got to stay patient. They got to stay focused. For Lawrenceburg, it's basically just keep the pressure on the Spartans. The Spartans have faltered many times during the season with pressure, and if they keep the pressure on the Spartans and they're able to shoot the way that they can shoot, this could be a long night for the Spartans.
My 3 keys are strong defense, strong defense,
and strong defense. Absolutely. Both teams are good defensively. The Spartans maybe just a little bit better, and that's what has carried them to their 13 victories this season. At one time, they led the state by a good margin in defense when they were on that 7-0 run at the first part of the season. But again, consistency for the Spartans is what's the key for them.
Let's have the lineups, Ron.
Yes, for the Lawrenceburg Tigers, they are led by Garrett Yoon. He's a 6-foot sophomore, number 2. Gavin Yoon, his brother's a 6'1" senior, number 3. Mitchell McCoo is a 6-foot senior, number 5. Jackson Bobo is a 6'7" sophomore, number 33. And Kamar Chenal is a 6'4" senior, number 22. For the Connersville Spartans, they are led by 5'10" senior, number 10, Clay Garrison. Jonah Graham's a 5'7" junior, number 5. And rounding out the trifecta of guards for the Connersville Spartans is Toby Billups. He's a 5'10" sophomore, number 12. Cole Marge, a 6'4" junior, number 40. And Jacob Brown gets the jump. He's a 6'7" senior, number 50.
The Tigers score an average of 56.7 points a game. The Spartans' offensive average is 45.9. Defensively, 52.9 for the Tigers. And for Connersville, their defensive average is 42.3. They go into this ball game tonight, Connersville shooting 50% field goals, 60% free throws. The Tigers are 42% from the field and 63% at the free throws. Free throws very important, Ron.
Well, that's been the Achilles tendon, the heel for the Spartans this year is their free throw. When they lost to Franklin County, they lost by 3 points, and they missed all 7 of their free throws, and they only took 7 for the entire game, and that was in the 4th quarter. They go less than 50%. They win that game by 1. So free throws a big difference in the ball game with Lawrenceburg, because we hit, I think, almost 80% of our free throws that game.
Made a big difference in several ball games for Connersville this season.
It's been a winner, do or die from the line for the Spartans.
Lawrenceburg has won 12 ball games while losing 10. The Spartans' record is 13-10. Kerry Brown coaches Connersville. He's in his 11th year here at Connersville and has a 173 win, 100 loss record. Overall, Kerry is in his 19th year, 255 victories, 198 losses. Before coming to Connersville, he coached at Rushville and South Dearborn. John Blackwell coaches the Tigers. He's in his 8th year and has won 102 games and lost 86 at Lawrenceburg High. Overall, he is in his 14th year, 174 victories, 106 losses. Prior to coming to Lawrenceburg, John Blackwell coached at Crawfordsville. The officials for tonight, signed by the IHSAA, are Keith McLean, Kyle Hobbs, and Tom Walters. Do you want to explain why the Spartans are in red uniforms even though they're playing at Connersville?
Well, this is, a blind draw. And so what happens in the sectional, it's a blind draw. There's really, even though you're the home team, you're not the home team during sectional. So the Spartans, it's going to be weird to look up here and see that they're going to be the guest, not the home team. So that's why they're in their red uniforms tonight.
This is an IHSA rule. When the brackets are made, the first team out is considered the visiting team, and the second team is the home team. So that's why the Tigers are in their white home uniforms, and Connersville, as you mentioned, are in their traveling reds.
Yeah, and obviously Connersville has the most fans here at the Bowl. Lawrenceburg has a respectable showing of their followers, and so even though the Spartans are in their red, they definitely know this floor and this hallowed facility very, very well.
Right, the fans are filling the Spartan Bowl here at Connersville for this game 1 of the sectional.
Yeah, very surprised Lawrenceburg coming out now. They only got a little under 4 minutes to go, or a little under 5 minutes to go until this ball game's underway, and the Spartans have been out since pretty much the start of the 20 minutes.
We're just minutes away from the starting lineups being announced.
Lawrenceburg, again, this is, every conference opponent except East Central is a sectional opponent here in Spartan Bowl. And Lawrenceburg talked earlier about that lights out game where Connersville walked away with a 7-point victory. They are definitely hungry, and they definitely can believe that they can pull one off here against the Spartans on their home floor, even though they're the home team.
One game tonight, 2 tomorrow night. They will be the South Dearborn Knights and the Rushville Lions. That game will be tipping off at 6 o'clock. It'll be followed by the Batesville and Franklin County game. No basketball on Thursday. On Friday night, it will be Greensburg against the winner of this game, either Connersville or Lawrenceburg. And the Wednesday night winners will be in the second ball game come Friday. And of course, the Friday night winners advance to the championship game at 7:30 on Saturday night here at Spartan Bowl in Connersville.
Lots of basketball this week. Hoosier hysteria. You talk about March Madness. This is the definition of it, even though it's not college. I would like to see other, college teams with the frenzy that we have here in this facility. Nothing like Hoosier hysteria, nothing like sectional basketball. And this is do or die. This is what Kerry Brown talks and stresses his boys. The 23 games prior to this is, to get to this point. One of the goals that the Spartans have every year, the first goal is to win the conference. They didn't win that. Now the second goal is to win sectional.
I think every coach looks at it that way. The season is just sort of a pregame for what we're starting here tonight at Connersville.
Yeah, this is a good matchup to start this sectional here. Both teams pretty evenly matched, height-wise, speed-wise, and record-wise. Connersville just played one additional game than Lawrenceburg. So this is a very, very good game.
The Tigers are a good ball club.
Yeah.
Winning 12 games. we mentioned. Gavin Yoon, their leading point maker, 21.9 points a game. And his younger brother, Garrett Yoon, averages 9.2. They're the two leading scorers for the Tigers.
Yeah, and one thing that we noticed against the Spartans when the Spartans visited down there is that they can shoot from anywhere on the floor, whether they have somebody in their face or not. There's somebody that the Connersville Spartans are definitely going to have to zero in on to stop them. If they stop the Yoon brothers, they stop Lawrenceburg.
Connersville's leading point maker is Jacob Brown, a 6'7" senior. Jacob wears number 50. And he's the only Spartan in double figures.
Yeah, surprisingly, that's the first time in a long time where we've only had one Spartan in double figures. But, you know, we feed it to the big guy inside, and he's had a lot of inside shots. He's really worked the paint very, very well. Jacob Brown has gotten a lot more aggressive as the season has progressed.
The Spartans almost had another player in double figures. Ethan Smith, 9.9, when Ethan suffered a severe knee injury, torn ACL in the game at Batesville. So he's on the bench tonight in civilian clothes.
Yeah, Ethan, senior year, got to get the start last week against Northeastern, where they did the tip to him and called him out pretty quickly right after that.
Getting ready for the national anthem, and the lineups announced. It's like we're going to have a student from CHS with the national anthem tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to do the traditional opening as they normally do here in Spartan Bowl. It would be nice for the fans to see that, but you know, this is sectional time. It's time to rock and roll.
No, they will not. The IHSA doesn't allow that kind of pregame ceremony.
Yeah. It'd be nice to share with everyone else, but you have to come to a game next year to watch the best pregame show in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, they do an excellent job
yes,
here
they do.
at CHS.
Place is electric on a Tuesday night.
Welcome everyone to Connersville and Spartan
Now
Bowl.
Lawrenceburg is about to be announced for the crowd here at Spartan Bowl.
IHSAA boys basketball class 3A sectional 20.
They will give the 9 starters first, and then the 5 players that will begin the game for them.
The Connersville Spartans and the Lawrenceburg Tigers. And now let's meet the rosters and starting lineups for both teams. First, for the team designated as the guest tonight on the scoreboard, the Connersville Spartans. Wearing number 14, Tanner Brock. Number 20, Derek Wicks. Number 24, Josh Williams. Number 30, Riley Moore. Number 32, Braxton Myers. Number 34, Lucas Barrett. And number 42, Caleb Sparks. Starting lineup for Connersville. At forward, a 6'4" junior, number 40, Cole Martin. At center, a 6'7" senior, number 50, Jacob Brown. At guard, sophomore, number 12, Toby Billups. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 10, Clay Garrison. At guard, a 5'7" junior, number 5, Joe Graham. Connersville coached by number Kerry Brown. And now the roster and starting lineup for the Lawrenceburg Tigers. Wearing number 4, Logan Scout. Number 10, Anna Bird. Number 11, Naya Patel. Number 15, Reese Denning. Number 20, Dakota Roth. Number 32, Andrew Rennekamp. And number 34, Ashton Gregg. Starting lineup for the Tigers. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 22, Kabar Shadal. At center, a 6'7" sophomore, number 33, Jackson Bobo. At guard, 6-foot senior, number 5, Mitchell McCool. At guard, 6'1" senior, number 3, Gavin Yoon. And at guard, 6-foot sophomore, number 2, Garrett Yoon. Lawrenceburg coached by Mr. John Blackwell. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America here tonight. Our national anthem will be sung by CHS choral students Anna Chalker, Morgan Hogger, and Ethan Jennings.
Game time is here. Again, it is the Lawrenceburg Tigers and Connersville Spartans in the first sectional game of 2020 at Connersville at Spartan Bowl. Thanks for joining us.
And this place used to hold many, many sectionals. The history, if these floors could talk, Fran, my goodness, what stories that they would be able to tell. And a new chapter, a new story is being added this week, and it starts tonight.
Jacob Brown, jump center for Connersville, and for Lawrenceburg, Kimar Chenault. We're ready for the opening tip. Eight minutes on the clock, and here we go. And the tip will be controlled by Connersville Garrison. We have the Connersville fans behind us, so I'm sure they'll help us in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, they are definitely on fire already from the opening tip. That definitely will bode well for the guys in red.
Here's Brown. Toby Billups in the corner. Being guarded by Garrett Yoon. Shot from out. That is the Connersville Spartans three-point shooter, as he has 44 now on the season.
Yeah, I'm surprised he only has that
Jonah
many.
Graham.
I tell you, Jonah Graham, when he's open like that, he's going to take it every time and make it most of the time.
Spartans in their patented man-to-man defense, they very rarely use a zone.
Very rarely,
out to
if
Chenault,
ever.
over to Yoon. Number 5 with the ball, fakes his man, tries a little jumper, which will come off the front rim, and the Spartans have the rebound. Brown grabbed it for CHS. He's their leading rebounder with 195 rebounds on the season. Graham tries a corner shot. This one is too long. The rebound goes to Garrett Yoon of Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, got to be a little bit more patient than that.
Here's McCool.
Yeah, McCool, he is deceptively fast. There's Yoon taking a
A
shot.
jumper from the free throw circle, a two-pointer by Garrett Yoon.
Yeah, that's
He's
right there. That was
sophomore, averages 9.2 points a game for the Tigers. Phillips over to Graham.
Yeah, that's again somebody in his face still taking the shot.
Back to Phillips. Spartans got 3 guys along the baseline. Connersville
You know, already
comes out to Garrison.
so far this is a Spartan-type basketball game. Very slow, very methodical.
Yeah, that's the reason Connersville only scores in the 40s, because of the slowness that they play, the deliberate play that they do before trying a game, trying a shot. Foul called as Cole Martin hits the deck.
Now they're going to call.
Number 33, that's Jackson Bobo, picks up the foul.
Yeah, him and Cole are going to have a night tonight where they're going to be bumping inside and trying
Phillips
to
with a
assert.
long pass into backcourt to Garrison.
Who can dominate inside is who's going to be the victor of this ball game.
Phillips on the side, being guarded by Yoon. Drives down, gets to the free throw circle, and comes back out with the ball, goes to Graham.
You know, one of the things we noticed against Lawrenceburg, down at Lawrenceburg, it was a very, very physical ball game.
Yes, it was. Garrett Wicks will come into the ball game for Connersville, and Toby Phillips will go out. Jonah Graham will trigger it in.
You know, Garrett Wicks, senior for the Spartans, this possible last game. Obviously, he wants to keep his career going.
This is Garrison. Picked up by Gavin Yoon on the guard. Wicks in the corner to Brown. Taken out by Graham for
This
to
is
Brown.
nice move.
Trying to take his man and unable to. Good defense by Lawrenceburg.
Oh, very good defense. The Lawrenceburg fans are wanting to walk from Jacob. Either that or they were very impressed with the defense.
Garrison drives into the lane.
Nice
Comes back
ball
out.
handling.
Out to Graham. Here's Jonah dribbling around. A couple of guys guarding him. Now Wicks.
Yeah, look at that
Brown.
inside there. Look at that. I mean, it's going to be a
Goes
very
to Brown.
tough.
He's picked up by a couple of defenders of Lawrenceburg. Good defense by the Tigers.
Very good defense.
Here's Brown.
But when you're up 3-2, a nice move there from Jacob.
Jacob
Nice
moves
muscle.
down, punts one up and in off the glass. 5-2, Spartans in front. Here come the Tigers.
Yeah, Jacob had to muscle. He had to earn every inch of that point right there. All 2 points he earned very, very well. I mean, this good defense and good offense.
Tigers on the attack. McCool into Chenault. Back out to Yoon, the senior on the team, the Yoon boy. The other one is a sophomore. Shot too long by Lawrenceburg. Rebounding Garrison, Connersville.
Well, Garrison got high to get that rebound for a guy that's only 5'10". We've talked about it all season long. He has some springs in his legs. Get him going inside. He can compete against their bigs.
3.5 minutes on the first quarter clock here at Spartan Bowl tonight.
Yeah, a totally different offense. Well, that's an
Graham
NBA
will
three.
Shoot long, it's too hard. Rebounding
Oh,
Connersville.
shooting a three. That's
Brown from
beautiful job by
Martin
Jacob.
from the corner tries one. Drops off the rim, and Brown tips it up and in. Jacob with 4 points.
Yeah, that was a great effort there. He got the offensive rebound, dished it out to Cole, got the offensive rebound there, and tipped it back in. The big said for Connersville so far the difference of this game.
McCool over to Yoon. Gives to his brother. Number 2 is the younger Yoon. Chenault has it right now.
Yeah, keep him outside. That's what the Spartans want.
This is
They want him.
McCool, which picks him up on the guard.
See, their bigs are outside of the paint.
Long shot from out will
Wow.
Miss for Lawrenceburg. That took a couple of bounces, and you didn't know which way it was going to go when it came down.
Yeah, Jacob was waiting for it for a long time. Got the rebound. When their bigs are out like that, we have the advantage inside.
Connersville in control. New guy coming in for Lawrenceburg at the first break.
Now they got 3 guys that are going to be checking in.
Right, a couple more joined him. Here's Garrison.
I'm very surprised right now of how Lawrenceburg's not really pressing the offense of the Spartans.
Here's Brown dribbling and missing. No, that was
nice steal.
Steal by Martin, up, missed, foul call. Cole Martin will be at the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Yeah, the extra hustle there from Jacob Brown, got the steal back, and he dished it off over to Cole, who took the hard foul, was hoping he'd get the kiss off the glass. He's at the line. He's shooting 80%.
That's the second foul on Jackson Bobo of Lawrenceburg. Here's Cole Martin at the line, a junior for Connersville, 6'4". And now multiple changes here. Number 34 comes in for the Tigers. That's Ashton Craig. Number 32 is in the ball game. That's Andrew Rennekamp. Free throw good, and number 11, Daya Patel, is in the ball game for the Tigers.
The Tigers have a lot of height out there on the floor. They got a lot of height on the bench.
Tigers basketball.
But right now their bigs aren't really doing too much at all. That's
Long shot from out is off the front rim. The rebound goes to Connersville.
So far it seems like every time the Spartans get an offensive rebound, they're able to turn them into points. The difference of this ball game is that, and also the play of the Spartans bigs.
Garrison handles the ball.
Yeah, it looks like
Garrison. Connersville.
The Spartans just right now just being paid. There was a push. It looked like there was a push onto Jacob Cole wide
Martin
open.
picks it up and in. Nice assist from Toby Billups to the Spartan junior. He has 4 points, and the timeout will be called. Short timeout being taken by the Lawrenceburg Tigers. Graham will come back into the ball game for CHS. 58 seconds to be played in this first quarter. It's 11-2. The lead belongs to Connersville.
The Spartans bigs dominate and play inside. Toby Billups definitely saw that Cole was wide open in the paint. You can't leave that guy wide open like that. Our guards are going to find him each and every time. And right now it's the difference of the plays of the guys in the middle for the guys in red. That's why they're up 9 right now.
Riley Moore is in the ball game for CHS. Clay Garrison is going to the bench.
And the Spartans are turning every mistake, every missed shot, almost every missed shot from Lawrenceburg into points.
And the Tigers in the final minute of the opening period here at Connersville. Shot put up, won't go for the Tigers. Nice rebound by move. Tiger. Turns around, drops it up and in. That's Ashton Craig, a 6'4" sophomore at Lawrenceburg High.
Yeah, Craig, he's got some size inside.
Graham dribbles for Connersville. Wicks to Jacob Brown.
Kerry Brown during that timeout was talking to the guys in stripes and telling them, hey, watch Craig's 2 hands on Jacob inside. There was a couple times where he had his hand on, a couple hands on Jacob, and a lot of times you should get the call on that.
Moore out to Billups. Toby drives the lane, feeds Graham, and rims a 3, and the rebound goes to the Tigers. And the last second shot as the buzzer sounds is missed. We played 1 here tonight at Connersville. It is Connersville 11 and Lawrenceburg 4.
The Spartans playing their type of ball, the tempo, everything is controlled by the Spartans. Their defense is what's making the Lawrenceburg Tigers, they're just disrupting them defensively. They're not able to get their bigs inside at all. Our bigs are able to get inside. We're controlling the glass on both sides of the ball. A perfect first quarter for the Spartans. Kara Brown's got to be happy. But what we've seen all season long is that the light switch, does it stay on or does it turn on? George's Pharmacy is family owned and operated at 10 convenient locations. George delivers everywhere in Indiana. Call today. This game is sponsored by Brian Bauman and his RE/MAX team in Brookville. Batesville Chrysler with a 5-star rating at cars.com. Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep is your home for new and pre-owned vehicles in Batesville, right on State Road Route 46. The game also being brought to you by Gary Trable at Herlinger Chevrolet in West Harrison, Indiana. Ready and able to find the perfect car? Visit Gary Trable and Enhanced Telecommunications, offering custom hosted phone solutions to help maximize your business's productivity. ETC, go local, get better.
Lawrenceburg basketball putting it in play. Tigers down by 7. Happy to have it with us here for this sectional play. First ball game of the sectional this Tuesday night.
Nice steal.
Knocked away by Garrison of Connersville. Drives down, pulls up short, feeds over to Graham, and Jonah Graham to his second 3 of the night.
Yeah, Jonah Graham 2 for 4 for threes tonight. Can't leave that guy open at all. He has a dagger and he knows how to use it.
Tigers on the attack. Goon drives along to the baseline, comes back out, can't get the shot away, takes a return pass. He will try a shot that will not drop for Lawrenceburg. Tigers having trouble getting one to drop for him, Ron.
Well, the Connersville Spartans defense, they're contesting almost every shot. Lawrenceburg has not really had any free shots. Even Craig's inside shot was contested pretty good. He just had some good moves.
There's
other than
Martin
that,
to Billups. Toby drives down.
Going in.
Puts up, shot missed. Rebounding Tigers. They had a couple of guys under the basket.
Now Toby was hoping to get the kiss off the glass on that. Threw that kind of hard. And he was defended very well from the Lawrenceburg Tiger.
Here's Patel. Underneath to you.
Nice.
Has the ball knocked away from him. See who touches it last.
That was Jonah Graham.
Chenault will return to the lineup for Lawrenceburg, and Rennekamp goes to the bench. Meanwhile, it will be Tiger ball under their basket. Garrett Yoon returns to the lineup, and leaving will be Patel. Meanwhile, it's Ashton Craig will trigger it in. He finds an open man, finally does. Goes to Yoon, and he will fire long. It will not go. A fight for the rebound, finally won by Cole Martin of Connersville.
Now you talk about a fight for a rebound. That was a fight for a rebound.
Brown for
Nice
Connersville. Turns, heads for the basket, loses control, and the turnover gives the ball out of bounds to Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, Jacob was hoping there would be a foul on that, but that's just not good ball handling. And
here come the Tigers. Connersville falls back to set the defense.
you know, I'm surprised that there's not any, seem like there's any pressure on Lawrenceburg. They're not seem like they're amping anything up at all.
Here's McCool.
Nice. A good move there from McCool.
Here's Yoon. Underneath, and
Nice
shot rejected by Connersville, but a foul, and we'll have a Tiger at the free throw line.
See what we got right here, going straight up. Yeah, got his arm right there. They're going to call that every time.
It will be Kennard Chenault, 6'4" senior at Lawrenceburg High. Couple of free throws for the Tiger. First one is too hard. It's the back rim and bounces off. There's a lineup change. Garrett Wicks will come in for Connersville, and Toby Billups will head for the bench. Here's the second free throw try by number 22 of Tigers. This one is too hard.
Wow,
but a teammate rebounds.
Yeah.
That was Craig. Lawrenceburg keeps possession.
Yeah, they got to turn these into points right here. There's no doubt about that. Lawrenceburg definitely got to get something going offensively.
Here's Yoon, number 3, drives down, and banks one up and in. He's their leading point maker, 21.9 average. He has 4 so far in the ball game. His team has 6. The Spartans of Connersville have 14 points. We're in the first half of play, second quarter. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to be played. Garrison, the ball handler. Over to Brown, being guarded by Craig. Passes the ball out. Spartans set the defense, or the offense. Here's Graham, number 5, being guarded by number 5. To Wicks. Starts to drive.
Again, the real battle again is inside with their bigs versus our bigs.
Here's Brown. In traffic and traveling called on Jacob. Turnover, Connersville. Lawrenceburg basketball and backcourt.
Good defense there from Lawrenceburg to force that walk there from Jacob. Did you see him? Yeah, kind of. It's going to get caught every time.
A lot of pressure by this Lawrenceburg team.
Yeah, but not. I would think that they would want to pressure a little bit more. I mean, the scouting report clearly says that the Spartans are pressured. They usually falter, and
that's true.
Lawrenceburg has not done any of that at all. Nice defense from Jacob.
Steal by the Spartans. Jacob Brown. Jonah Graham has it.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure there from McCool.
Jacob helped a little bit on that.
Yeah, he sure did.
He has the ball right now. Feeds out to teammate Cole Martin.
Yeah, definitely want to get him sort of inside.
Martin, the count started, and he finally got rid of the ball. Wicks has it. Here's Martin. Baseline drive. Feeds Graham. He's open and hits the 3. Number 3 for number 5. And it is 17-6, Connersville. Just under 4 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I don't think you need to know, or I think you already know how many points Jonah has. He's 3 for 3.
Turnover by the Tigers as they try a cross-court pass, and it goes out of bounds. The lineup changes here into the Lawrenceburg lineup. Rennekamp comes back in.
Yeah, Spartans right now feeling very, very, very good. Turning these turnovers into points, that turnover into point right here points would be very, very good for the Spartans, obviously, and there's an offensive foul. Yeah, Cole.
Foul called on Connersville.
This is an opportunity right here, this mistake that Cole made with that offensive foul. One thing that Lawrenceburg has not done, they haven't capitalized on Spartans' turnovers enough.
Second foul on Connersville. Lawrenceburg has 2 fouls.
Yeah, very, low. The game against Lawrenceburg, down in Lawrenceburg, there was a lot of fouls from both teams.
We heard a lot of whistles, and I'm just thinking, nice shot. 3.
Yeah, very good shot.
3 put in by Deya Patel.
Yeah, that was a
sophomore
beautiful form,
Lawrenceburg. Now the Spartans.
That 3 right there from Lawrenceburg is a little bit of a oomph in their offense.
Yeah, that may start the Tigers.
Yeah.
You can't tell because they've struggled. Shot put up by Brown, missed, and the rebound taken by Lawrenceburg. And they finally move it across the timeline.
Yeah, Spartans definitely don't want Lawrenceburg to get on a little bit of a run.
Yoon drives the baseline.
That's a nice block by Cole. They say it went off Yoon's foot.
Right, out of bounds to Connersville in backcourt.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Nice.
Out for Connersville.
Oh, yeah, looked like it went off his hand right there, yeah.
Billups will come in. Connersville on the attack, up 17-9.
Nice camera work to get that ball off Yoon right there. He was looking at the guy in stripes saying it didn't go off him.
Here's Martin fouled as he went in for a layup, and he will have a couple of free throws.
Look at this as he's going up there, gets the foul, but that was close.
Martin, a 71% free throw shooter for Connersville, has a pair coming.
I thought he was in the 80s at one time. I remember that. He was 100% last time. That's always good. Yeah, now we had to talk about it.
That's right. So no more talking about Martin at the free throw line, okay?
No, not at all. The old adage is no matter what your percentage is, you got to be 100% at the line when you're at the line.
He hits his second, and that's the 18-point for Connersville. 5 points for Cole Martin. We have 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Tigers on the attack.
Yeah, and you mentioned the word attack, and that was
Charging foul called on Patel of Lawrenceburg.
We've seen that each and every time. We've seen it many, many times. The Spartans got to be leading in the state and taking charge. Toby Billups and Jonah Graham, two of the biggest Spartans to take the charge. Yeah, pushing off on Toby right there.
Inbounding Connersville. Billups to Garrison. Back to Toby Billups, drives the baseline, gives to Jacob Brown.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that pass wasn't going over to Jonah from Jacob.
Ball knocked away by Yoon. Players on the floor, and they will rule it touch last by Lawrenceburg. Connersville basketball.
You know, Lawrenceburg with that there by Yoon is telling the Spartans that, hey, we're not giving up at all. You can be lackadaisical all you want. We're not. The Spartans need to keep the same momentum, the same intensity.
Clay Garrison is in front court, being picked up by Gavin Yoon. Finds a hole, gets into the lane, works out to Graham.
Now the Lawrenceburg fans thought that Garrison walked right there. You know, with his springs, he could take on those bigs
Billups
like that.
Works to Garrison. To Martin, right side of the lane. Gets loose for a shot.
And we'll call on that.
And he missed a shot, and he is called for a foul. Fighting for the rebound, and foul number 5 for Connersville, I believe. Let's see.
Oh, that's her third foul. Yeah, yes, Connersville's guessed this time.
Right, yeah, that's true. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah.
Martin comes out. The end of the ball game is Riley Moore, number 30 for Connersville.
Lawrenceburg probably will not wait for the last second shot because they got to score. You know, could possibly.
Gavin Yoon goes to Chenault in the corner.
But this Spartan defense may force them to wait for the last second as Riley falls
Patel
down.
Driving down, firing one up, and missing.
Wow.
A foul coming up on Lawrenceburg.
And it's going to be on Bobo. That's his third.
Number 33, that's 6'7" sophomore. Jackson Bobo, I know the Tigers would like to keep him in the lineup.
Oh, yeah, but
it's for the bench right now.
He's got to come out with 3 fouls, and just like the game down in Lawrenceburg, Jacob Brown drew a charge on him. And here we go with them getting the towel. They think sectional, you'd get one of those sweat mops. At least for the sectionals.
You are going to rest till you.
I'm not going to rest.
Until the athletics director or CHS, Brent Duncan, buys one of those dry mops, whatever you call them.
I've talked to Duncan about it. He doesn't listen. I don't have anything important to say to him. I love old Brett Duncan, him being here, being the host AD.
Here's Graham driving around Patel of Lawrenceburg over to Garrison. Spartans with 12 seconds on the first half clock have the basketball and the lead. Garrison drives down, puts a shot up, fouled. He'll be at the line.
Yeah, Spartans need to see more of that from Clay Garrison driving inside. You see him. I mean, he's got the biggest guys right there. And he's got the springs to go against them. Drew the foul, and he's at the line.
76% free throw shooter on the season for Clay Garrison. He's the 5'10" senior starting guard for the Spartans. 4th year playing basketball here at the Spartan Bowl. Fires and hits the free throw. Here's Riley Moore and Tanner Brock coming in for Connersville as Garrett Wicks and Jacob Brown go to the bench as we near the end of the first half here in this sectional game at Spartan Bowl in Connersville.
Clay Garrison, Jacob Brown, their cousins.
Clay averages 6.3 points a game, but he's a valuable player on the floor.
He sure is.
I mean, he may not score a lot, but
he knows how
he accomplishes a lot. Shot at the buzzer sound by Lawrenceburg, Gavin Yoon, and buzzer sound till we've reached halftime here in this ball game already. And the score at the end of the first half of play at Connersville is Connersville 20 and Lawrenceburg 9. It was 11-4 at the end of the first quarter. Halftime here at Connersville, and we'd like for those tuning in with TV3, we are going to keep it right here, but for those tuning in with the ISC Sports Network, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Well, Ron, who would have thought it?
Yeah, this was a very good 16 minutes for the Spartans.
Yes.
Both quarters, the intensity never waned at all. They played, the perfect quarter. You couldn't have drawn it up any better if you were Kerry Brown.
In a few words, they've controlled this ball game.
Yeah, exactly. They've controlled this ball game from the boards. The bigs inside, Cole and Jacob have really done very well inside. They've kept their bigs off the boards. And, again, just very, very good offensive and defensive play from the Spartans. You got to love it. But, again, we have another half to play. This is far from over.
We've seen this quite a few times this season, where the Spartans have a lead, and somehow it would get away.
Yeah.
And the other team would...
They just chip away. They just keep chipping and away.
Right,
and then the Spartans just abandon their intensity.
And they would start pressing, and the Spartans have had trouble with the press.
Right, yeah.
That's not to say they won't tonight.
Right.
But, or they will tonight. But
that's what I would expect Lawrenceburg to do, is to come on out and be a lot more aggressive. Do a little bit more pressing from the Spartans and force them into some mental turnovers.
Well, I'm sure they have another plus for the Spartans, though, tonight is the driving that they have, the driving in the lane, picking up fouls.
Yeah, and we were able to get to the line
a
lot earlier than we have in a lot of games.
We've had ball games where we had 3 free throws.
And
missed them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the Spartans have had a lot of ball games to where we were outshot at the free throw line by 20.
Absolutely. And we've lost ball games at the free throw line this season.
We have 5, and then Cole missed 1, and they've missed 2. So they've only had 2 shots at the line. We've had 6. And, again, good play inside by our bigs, Jacob Brown and Cole Martin. And the Spartans, in the locker room right now feeling very, very good. But expect a press, expect a lot more. Lawrenceburg's not going to go away at all.
Lawrenceburg's a better team than what we've seen this first half.
Oh, absolutely. They're a much better team. But right now, our intensity, we are being the bully. We are being, we're just.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, we are intimidated at all by their big play. And, very, very impressed with the way that the Spartans have played so far this first half.
And the Yoon brothers, the Spartans, have done a great job defensively on them. And that's the key to winning Greensburg, winning over the Tigers, I think, because Gavin Yoon averages 21.9. What does he have?
Yeah, Gavin right now, he only has 4 points, and Dayan Patel has a 3, and Ashton Craig 2. That's their 9 points. So far, 3 guys. The Spartans were led. Jonah Graham, 9 points. Clay Garrison has 2, Cole Martin 5, and Jacob Brown 4 for the Connersville Spartans, 20 points. And one thing that impressed me towards in there was Clay getting inside. And we've talked about it so many times this year. He has the springs to go up against their bigs.
Right.
Get that foul, get to the line. He's a very good free throw shooter. And, just definitely without question, got to get him inside a little bit more. But how much of his shoulder injury is still being affected? He's taped up pretty well.
Well, I'm impressed with the Spartans. They're driving tonight. And something we haven't seen in all ball games.
No, not at all. And Jacob, he's muscling and Cole's muscling inside, and our guard's able to see the play of the bigs and get the ball inside of them. So our guard play, Toby Billups, Jonah Graham, and Clay Garrison, very, very good play from them tonight.
Should be an interesting second half here tonight.
Yeah.
As we open the sectional at Spartan Bowl in Connersville, and happy to have you joining us here on TV3.
Absolutely. You know, one thing that the Spartans want to do, Fran, the one thing that they really want to do is they want to be intense. They want to stay. You don't want to celebrate until Saturday night.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, we'd like to welcome back our viewers tuning in with the ISC Sports Network. Halftime, and Connersville 20 and Lawrenceburg 9. Did you give all the scoring?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do it one more time. We got plenty of time.
Give it another time for the folks that have just joined us.
ISC, yes. For the Lawrenceburg Tigers, they are led by Gavin Yoon, his 4 points. Daya Patel has 3, and Ashton Craig 2 points for their 9 points for the Connersville Spartans. Jonah Graham lit it up from 3 for 5 from behind the 3-point line. He has 9 points. Clay Garrison has 2. Cole Martin 5, and Jacob Brown 4 points for the Connersville Spartans.
First 4 nights of basketball excitement here at Spartan Bowl in Connersville.
We're going to bring all the action to you of all the games this year, and you know, the Spartan faithful, they're hoping that they got 2 more games after this. Same with Lawrenceburg. They hope they have a couple more games. Greensburg, you know, I'm sure their coach is here watching this game because they get the winner of this game on Friday. And, you know, Greensburg just a very, very good team.
The coaches of the 5 other teams, along with their players, are in the audience here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
There's all these kids are scouting as to get teams that they play.
But Greensburg especially paying attention to this one.
They drew a bye. They're the team in this section with the most wins, like 21-2 was their record.
Yeah, and they went undefeated in the conference, beat everyone on that's going to be in this sectional, and including East Central as well. And you know, I think we're 4-3. We lost 3 to the teams that are playing. Here this week, Spartans beat Lawrenceburg back about 10 days ago. You know, again, these teams have played each other relatively recent towards the end of the year, and not much has changed with both teams. But we talked about it during the game. Lawrenceburg has not really shown that much intensity to get back into this ball game. But you got to give credit to the Connersville Spartans defense. They've not allowed them to get back into this ball game.
It's true. I told you before the game started, defense was
that was your 3 keys. That was your 3 keys. Defense, defense, defense. And right now we're seeing that come true.
Teams coming back on the floor here. We're about to begin the second half of play of this sectional game. Round 1 of the Connersville sectional.
You know, the Spartans play of Cole Martin and Jacob Brown inside, very, very good. But, you know, the unsung heroes are the guard play from Toby Billups and Clay Garrison and Jonah Graham. You know, the Yoon brothers on the other side of the court, they, you know, have taken shots. It's not like they haven't taken shots, but their shots, they have a hand in the face almost every time. McCool, I think, had 1 or 2 shots where he was open but didn't convert. Craig got inside for their only inside shot. Other than that, their bigs have been clogged in the middle. They got to somehow get their big play to be able to get inside and disrupt the Spartan defense.
Well, we'll see what changes Coach Blackwell of Lawrenceburg has made during the 10-minute halftime intermission, and see if it pays off here. We talked about Greensburg with the best record of 21-2. There are 2 losses. One was to Southport, and the other one was to Bloomington South. They mowed down everybody else, and the the Pirates come into Friday night first ball game with a 15-game winning streak. And as you pointed out, they won the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference with a perfect 7-0.
Now, the Spartans, prior to last year, was the king of the conference. Greensburg this year, but nothing matters here in the sectional. It's starting all over.
It's the second season,
Yeah,
as
it's
it's
the second
known.
season. And we've seen, I mean, there's been times on paper when we were playing up in Richmond the last couple of years, there was no question in my mind that we were the top team coming in to the sectionals, and we didn't win the sectional at all. And the two that we won up at Newcastle, maybe that last year was the only year that we were probably the favorites. The first year it was a little bit of a surprise.
It was a big surprise to a lot of people when the Spartans won at Newcastle. That was Class 4A.
Yeah.
Now we're 3A.
Yeah.
All based on the enrollment.
Yeah, we'll probably stay down in 3A maybe next time too as well.
Yeah, they realign every 2 years.
So we're here in 3A next year. The Spartans are. Lawrenceburg as well. You know, it's really good to have a sectional with teams that you're familiar with. You really never know what you're going to get.
Spartans inbound as we open the second half here tonight at Spartan Bowl.
Again, Spartans right now trying to get inside. That's what they, had going so well.
Goes to Brown, fakes his man. It will not go for Jacob, and Martin has the rebound for CHS.
Yeah, that's
Martin is banged into as he was trying to get a shot. Let's see if they're going to award him two.
Call that Patel. Yeah, they call Patel on that, and they should get him at the line on that. 2 free throws
for Cole Martin.
Cole Martin looks like Gordon Ramsay. Every time I see Gordon Ramsay, I think of Cole Martin. A little too hard.
Oh, misses a free throw, Cole does.
Yeah, he's missed a couple tonight. You think with an 11-point lead that all these free throws really don't matter. They do.
Well, you're absolutely right, 100%. Second one drops. Here come the Tigers on the attack for the first time. Martin has 6 points. This is Mitch McCool in front court. Over to Gavin Yoon. Taken out by Patel.
Yeah, McCool has a lot of speed, and I'm surprised there's an
Number
open
5
shot
gets
for him.
open and misses the three from the corner. Rebound Lawrenceburg. Put up again by number 5. Put up again. The whistle finally sounds. He'll be at the line for 2.
Yeah, they're going to call Jacob on that, but that was nice hustle there from McCool. Was mentioned earlier that he's got a lot of speed, and he just got sandwiched there between our bigs. Surprised there he's going to the line. I didn't see him go for a shot, but
this is Mitch McCool. He's a senior, 6 feet tall at Lawrenceburg High, and misses the first free throw. Drops off the front rim.
He's not happy about that at all.
There's McCool's second free throw. This one will hit. They have 10 points, the Tigers.
Here we go with a little bit of a
the
press.
Ball into Billups, right, Lawrenceburg. A little bit of a full court press. Graham and Billups try to
10
break
seconds.
it. Billups finally in front court. Stops in the free throw lane. Bounces the ball into Brown, and he's fouled as he tries a shot.
Yeah, nice full court vision there from Toby. Able to see Jacob right there. He goes up and gets hacked right there from Patel. That's his second.
His
third.
2 free throws for Jacob Brown, and the first one hits.
Yeah, that's been Jacob's.
Yeah, Jacob has struggled.
Yeah, he struggled big time at the line.
Like 42% free throw shooting, but as we mentioned, the big guys have trouble putting a 10-inch diameter basketball into an 18-inch in diameter goal.
That's right. Well, he's only his range is 10 feet. I mean,
that's right. This is a free.
He does have a 3 this season. When he banked one off earlier in the season, almost broke the glass.
He's the leading point maker for Connersville at 12.
Nice.
Tigers on the attack. Out to Yoon, fires and hits a 3.
Yeah,
Number 2 hits a 3.
Yeah, that guy, both of you and brothers right there, we had a guy in his face, and he still was able to sink that shot.
That's early in the second half, I know, but the Tigers are hitting some shots they were missing in the first period.
You got to know. Carey probably good as beautiful. Oh, wow.
With the ball to Brown, he misses, but he grabs the rebound.
Yeah.
Tries, nope, he's not going to try a
Toby.
shot. Phillipsville misses a 3 attempt, rebounding to the Tigers.
Yeah, now that you talked about it, that the lid always opens up and always closes too.
Takes out to Patel. Tigers playing a little more aggressive than they did in the first half. There's another 3, this one by Patel. 22-16. Connersville with the lead and the ball.
Yeah, you knew that this was going to happen, where they're going to go on a little bit of a run. The
Right.
Spartans got to regroup a little bit as the momentum clearly on the side of the Tigers.
Here's Graham to Wicks. Over to Garrison. Ball knocked away by a defender of Lawrenceburg. Spartan ball.
Nice catch there from Charles Peterson. He's getting a pat on the back from the guys with quick reflexes. Charles, of course, a Spartan legend.
Lineup change. Martin back in. Wicks comes out for Connersville. There's a lineup change for the Tigers as number 34, Ashton Craig, will come in.
Now, Craig very physical inside.
Yes, a big guy. Patel goes out for Lawrenceburg. Meanwhile, Spartan ball in front court. Here's Brown. Martin over to Garrison. Phillips. Jacob Brown. Goes to Phillips.
Yeah, you talked about aggressive Lawrence North there, aggressive defensively
Right
as well.
down,
Toby
puts
goes
it
up. That was beautiful.
Gets around the big guys and gets close enough for a shot.
Yeah, that was, hey, I'm going to go all the way. Toby had that look on his face. He wasn't going to be denied, and he took on their bigs.
5'7" Spartan point guard.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's a little bit, give him credit. He's 5'10".
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Toby.
Yeah, Jonah's 5'7".
That's right. Smallest guy on the floor right now.
Yeah, who plays like he's the biggest.
That's
Jonah
right.
does.
Tigers on the attack. Here's Chenault putting one up, missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they're going to call that
Gavin
on.
Yoon
Probably on Clay,
is fouled by Clay Garrison.
Yeah, Gavin went inside, knew that he was going to get the call, and shot up there. And
here's Gavin Yoon, number 3, a 74% free throw shooter for the Tigers. Has a couple of shots coming.
Oh, well, now they're saying it wasn't.
They're now ruling it was not a shooting foul.
Yeah.
And John Blackwell is not happy with.
Oh, he's not happy at all
with the official, and
he's
discussing it
explaining
with
to
him.
Yeah, he's explaining
So
to him
it's
exactly
a timeout taken by Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, not happy with that at all. The Spartans, on the other hand, pretty happy that it's going to be thrown in from under the basket. The intensity level is picked up for Lawrenceburg and the Spartans. Still the same intensity level, but they're being matched now for the first time in this ball game. We'll see how the Spartans can handle the intensity of Lawrenceburg. And right now, Lawrenceburg has cut the lead to 8. They were as close to 6.
4:17 on the third quarter clock here at Spartan Bowl tonight.
Yeah, right now the Lawrenceburg Tigers are leading the Spartans this quarter 7-4.
Yes.
And this is something that was to be expected from Lawrenceburg. And, this is a team that can hit from anywhere, Fran. They have shooters, the Yoon brothers, McCool and Patel. They can shoot from anywhere and feel confident and have a guy in their face. And, we've talked about it before, the lid, if it was closed early, it's going to eventually open up. And these guys are shooters. They can shoot their way back into this ball game. The Spartans just have to stay patient and keep their style of play going without getting rattled.
Tiger ball at their end of the court. Comes into Yoon. Out to Craig. Here's McCool. Driving on Graham.
Yeah, let's keep their bigs outside.
Feeds out to Garrett Yoon. Goes to his brother Gavin, drives down, puts one up, won't go. Brown with the rebound for Connersville.
Yeah, where Lawrence, that's not a good, that's just not a good pass at all.
Out of the reach of Martin. and a turnover by Connersville.
Yeah, Toby needs to slow that down a little bit, not get too excited, and almost came into your living room right there.
A little over 3 minutes to go in the third period.
Yeah, got to be able to make up that mistake defensively for the Spartans.
Tigers ball. Yoon, Craig underneath, puts one up, drops, two-pointer.
Talk about high off the glass.
24-18. Lawrenceburg trailing.
Yeah, against 3 Spartans right there.
Basketball. Graham in front court. Gives to Phillips. This is Garrison. There's a ball that is knocked away, but Connersville is able to keep control of it and keep possession.
Got to be able to score right here if you're a Spartan.
Driving down. Feeds off, loose basketball. Turnover Connersville, gives it to Lawrenceburg. Tigers on the attack. Yoon drives down, misses on a shot. Brown rebounding Connersville.
Slow it down just a little bit if you're the Spartans, is what you want to do right now.
Lawrenceburg wants to speed up this ball game, and so far they've doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they have. They've definitely dictated play this half so far, and the Spartans just need to rest, and Harry's not happy at all.
See what this one's all about.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but I knew Carey was upset.
A foul called on 22.
That's Chenault.
Right, Connersville didn't have a 22.
Yeah.
So it's on Chenault. Phillips comes out of the ball game for Connersville. Wicks back in. Meanwhile, Lawrenceburg ball.
Yeah, just eat some clock if you're the Spartans.
Out to Martin.
But with this defense from Lawrenceburg so far, it's really hard to do that as they're, in the face of the Spartans.
Bobo back into the ball game for the Tigers. He's their tallest player. Here's Garrison driving down. Cut down as he drives, and he'll be coming to the free throw line and a couple of free throws for Clay.
Very elementary right there as Clay saw the lane open up just a little bit. As you see him right here, just a little bit of an opening right there, taking on their bigs. I mean, just
2 free throws for Garrison. First one will drop through. Here's Jackson coming out for Lawrenceburg, and coming back in is Chenault. Second one is good by Clay Garrison. He's the Spartans' best free throw shooter. He had just 4 points, Ron?
Yeah, all at the line.
Okay.
Yeah, and both times he had driven and got the foul, got the call.
2 minutes to go in the third period. Tigers on the attack. This is Yoon. Feeds to McCall. To Craig. Shot missed by number 11 of the Tigers, Patel, and it's an air ball out of bounds, Connersville.
Yeah,
will flip it in.
That's not going to stop him from shooting, though. He has a 3, actually has 2 threes, Patel does, so he knows how to light it up. You got to go. Yeah, that scares me every time when they're pressed a little bit like that.
Phillips drives, feeds to the corner, and Garrett drops off.
Unbelievable. Garrett, if he would have followed his shot, he might have got the rebound.
Tiger ball. McCool works into the corner, and a 3 by number 3, Gavin Yoon. He has 7 points. His average is 21.9.
We got to go.
Spartan ball, finally getting it in the front court. Jacob Brown.
You can expect that that's going to happen a whole lot more as this ball game goes on. So the Spartans got to be able to beat that press.
Here's Phillips. Connersville in control, up 26-21. They have the ball. We're in the final seconds of the third period. Wicks with it, drives down. Where's Martin?
Are pulled way out. Don't like our bigs pulled out like that at all, but it looks like we're definitely going to wait for the last second shot.
Eating some clock here as we near the end of the third quarter of this ball game. Over to Billups. Around to 15 seconds. Billups drives down.
He's going all the way.
Go into the lane. Feeds off to Brown. Puts it up and in. Nice assist from Billups to Brown. 3 seconds on the clock. And the player on the floor. And the last second shot will not go. We've played 3 here tonight at Connersville. Connersville 28 and Lawrenceburg 21.
A League Shell in St. Leon. They have all your favorite convenience items and friendly staff. Visit a League Shell today off I-74 at the St. Leon Lawrenceburg exit. Agresta Storms in O'Leary is a full-service accounting firm with offices in Indianapolis, Greensburg, Batesville, Martinsville, and Columbus, Indiana, offering insurance, tax, and business consulting services. Find out more at asocpa.com. Your hometown used vehicle superstore, Buy Right Auto. Visit them in Greensburg or check them out at acraauto.com. Power & Tel is a premier wholesale distributor to the global communications marketplace. Learn more today at ptsupply.com.
28 to 21 as we start the final period in favor of Connersville. They were up 20 to 9 at the first break. Connersville held to 8 points in that third period.
Yeah, you can, if you're a Spartan fan, you say the Spartans played dipped, but that was due to the increased play of Lawrenceburg. They played very, very well that quarter. They came alive and they controlled the game that quarter. Obviously the momentum is on their side, but the Spartans do have a 7-point lead.
Lawrenceburg inbounds as we begin the final 8 minutes of this ball game. Taken by Garrett Yoon. Over to Craig. Into the corner is Patel, number 11. Back to the older Yoon boy, he's number 3. Goes to his younger brother. Taken by Patel, drives down, will miss on the shot. The rebound, Connersville's Billups goes high to grab it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was just unbelievable how he missed that. We've seen that many times this year from the Spartans.
Here's Graham with the ball, out to Billups.
You know, the speed, the quickness of Lawrenceburg is what's controlling this game right now and why they're only down 7 as opposed to 11 at the end of the halftime.
Brown, Jacob Brown has the ball. He's behind the free throw circle. That's not where.
Yeah, that's not where you want him to be. And we got Martin. Both our bigs.
To Garrison.
Now just eating some clock.
Comes back out. There's Brown out again. Pulled out. Billups comes to take the ball away from Jacob Brown. Toby drives down to Martin. Back out.
Yeah, I talked about their speed and intensity, and Lawrenceburg right now is showing none. When you have our big guy with the ball, you want to pressure him. That's beautiful.
Drives down, and Martin drops it in on a driving layup. He has 8 points.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I mean, a good assist from the big guy, Jacob, there seeing Cole streak towards the glass, towards the bucket.
Here's Patel for the Tigers. Here's Yoon firing and missing on a try. Chenault grabs the rebound for the Tigers and gives to Yoon, who misses from the corner, rebounding Connersville.
Wow, I tell you what, 2 good shots there from Lawrenceburg that just didn't go down. And you talk about fighting for the rebound, that's what the Spartans did to get that one. They earned that one.
Out to Garrison. Spartans will go into their slow-down game, I believe, and take some minutes off the clock. Merely gets it done. Where did he come from?
Yeah, that was a nice assist there from Toby. Billups saw Jacob out of the corner of his eye. Right here, right there, got between their big guys, and Jacob kissed it off the glass and got the foul.
Brown scores, fouled. Here's a free throw coming for the big center for Connersville, and it drops in. Hits the front rim and drops in. 33 to 21, Connersville, and timeout is taken.
Faithful coming alive for the Connersville Spartans.
Timeout Tigers. We're in the final period of play with 5:42 on the clock. 33-21, Connersville.
Yeah, just when Lawrenceburg, the intensity was really getting to the Spartans picked up their intensity, and right now they push the lead back to 12, the biggest of the night so far. And again, the big play from Cole Martin and Jacob Brown, the difference so far in this little run for the Spartans. But again, the guard play, the guards being able to see our bigs and seeing them open has been very, very good tonight.
.542 on the clock. Connersville in this fourth period has scored 5 points, and the Tigers have scored 0 so far.
Yeah, they have been shut out so far this half. A very good third quarter from Lawrenceburg has been wiped away from the Spartans, again picking up their intensity.
A reminder, the winner of this ball game advances to the semifinals on Friday night and meets Greensburg at 6 o'clock here at Spartan Bowl. Lawrenceburg basketball. McCool is the ball handler, number 5. Gives to the older Yoon boy, the one that has a 21 point per game average. Whistle by the official, and a foul called on Garrison, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to get Garrison on that over guarding.
Non-shooting foul will give the ball out of bounds to the Tigers at their end of the court. Comes in to Yoon, guarded by Garrison. Feeds off to McCool. Comes out to Patel. Over to McCool. Chenault has it. Guarded by a couple of Spartans. Good defense.
Yeah, you know, the Spartans have a type of defense where they can force the other team to eat the clock. Unintentionally, but
number 3
that's
fires
just a good shot.
and hits a 3.
That's a 2-pointer right there.
Okay, I thought it was 3. 9 points for
Gavin
Yoon. Loose ball by the Spartans, and it is a foul, and players hit the deck. Whistle stops the play here.
Yeah, they're calling
and let's see what the referee.
Yeah, boy, the Connersville Spartan faithful are not happy.
Those are the Spartan fans behind us.
They're not happy at all. You know, good sportsmanship from both. As you see the coach there from Lawrenceburg, he's not happy at all. Nobody's happy with anything that just went on.
That's right.
You know, depending on what team you're on, but you know, good sportsmanship from the boys there. Lots of hard play in both. They
Lawrenceburg ball. There's a 3 on the way by Yoon. Missed this time. High to grab the rebound. Garrison Connersville.
Yeah, Jonah Graham telling the Spartans, calm down, just relax a little bit. Play our.
A little over 4 minutes to go in tonight's game. Here's Graham with the ball. Ball knocked away from him. Turnover Connersville. Could be costly. Charging foul on McCool as he heads for the basket and a layup.
Yeah, very, very good play there from that's a statue right there from Jonah Graham. Took the foul, and we're seeing intensity from the Connersville Spartans that fans here, the faithful of the Spartan Bowl, have not seen all season long.
Foul number 6 on Lawrenceburg. One more, and Connersville will shoot free throws. Here it is. Graham fouled as he heads toward the basket. A non-shooting foul, but that's foul number 7, and the bonus is in effect. If the free throw is good, a second attempt coming up. And we have Graham at the line for Connersville. Jonah is a 70% free throw shooter. It's on its way and bounces off. Connersville does not capitalize on the foul on Lawrenceburg, and Tigers have the ball. Here's McCool to Yoon, drives to the baseline. He crashes into Martin.
Yeah.
And a foul is going to be called. Let's see what the referee is.
Yeah, they're calling on that. Just
Martin.
didn't get over in time.
Connersville's 5th
foul.
Non-shooting foul. It's
the Spartans.
ball.
the Spartans are at the line each and every foul, and of course Jonah missing that one right there. Doesn't seem to hurt right now, but it could.
Here's Patel to Yoon. McCool feeds underneath. Keeps him off. He has the ball knocked away from him, but it's retrieved by Lawrenceburg.
Clay on that. Clay
and a foul in Connersville.
Yeah, that's Clay's third. I'm not sure. Let's see what we got on that. Clay
that's
couldn't
a
quite
sixth
see.
Foul.
Yeah, he's going to the line because Yoon was shooting on that.
74% free throw shooter. Gavin Yoon is at the line for the Tigers. Has a couple coming. This one is up, drops. A good player around this senior boy from Lawrenceburg, Yoon, Gavin Yoon.
Yeah, I'm sure his brother's going to miss him, played with him the last couple of years.
Second one will rim out, and the rebound goes to Brown of Connersville. Spartans on the attack. Billups slips and loses the basketball and fight for the ball, and finally they are going to rule what? Foul in Connersville? The timeout going to be taken. I believe it will be a foul on the Spartans. No,
it was Lawrenceburg timeout. They got to get organized. Lawrenceburg, they lost all the intensity they'd have coming into the fourth quarter with the increased intensity from the Spartans, and that right now is the difference of this game so far.
3:41 to be played in this ball game. Connersville 33 and Lawrenceburg 24.
Yeah, Lawrenceburg had all the momentum coming in to this fourth quarter. Talked about their intensity, but the play of the Spartans guards and their bigs, the way that they're communicating is why the Spartans have a 9-point lead.
Tiger basketball comes in play. Here is Patel over to Yoon.
But, you got to expect this guy's going to shoot
Garrison
anytime he has the ball,
except
there.
Along the baseline, and a little jumper put up and in by Garrett Yoon. 5 points for the Lawrenceburg boys.
Here they go with
Spartans being pressed. 33-26 is the score. Graham in front court. Over to Brown.
Somebody's got to help him.
Right, he was
you don't want
bottled up by defenders. There's a ball. A nice save by Connersville Billups. Now a foul called on number 5, McCool of the Tigers. 1-1 free throw attempt for Connersville. It will be Billups at the free throw line. 73% free throw shooter.
These 1-and-1s are very, 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 very important.
3 minutes and 1 second.
That's off.
And
that was off. That was too hard.
In the ball game. 34-26. Connersville.
Probably some of the most pressure-filled free throws there for Toby, but look at him right there. He doesn't look at it at all. That's a little hard. Nice.
Loose basketball finally picked up by a Tiger, and Lawrenceburg in front court quickly. Here's Patel. Shot from out, missed. Rebounding Martin, and the ball knocked away from him by a Lawrenceburg player. So Connersville basketball, but they'll be pressed.
Another shot coming into your living room right there. We need 3D TV is what we need. That's next.
2:48 on the clock. Connersville inbounds. Pressed by McCool on Graham. Jonah in front court.
I was going to say, Jonah.
Timeout taken by the Spartans here. Clock stops at 2 minutes and 39 seconds to be played. Connersville leads 34-26.
Right now, this game with the Spartans, in the bonus. We talked earlier about the importance of free throws. The free throws right now, yes, the Spartans are up by 8 points, but free throws now could really, get these free points, and anytime they get that to line, they got to take it and make every shot to keep this lead, to keep the momentum on their side.
2:39 on the clock. which is an eternity in basketball.
Oh, it is definitely an eternity in basketball, especially with Lawrenceburg is going to foul. They're going to stop the clock, and one more foul on the Spartans, and they're at the line.
Yes.
And, don't want to give them any free opportunities to score. The Spartans just got to keep this intensity. They got to keep the intensity through Saturday if they expect to play that long. And the same with Lawrenceburg. And, one of the things that we follow in the Spartans all season long, that Lawrenceburg came out very intense. They picked up the pressure in that third quarter, and what we had seen many times throughout the season for the Spartans, when the other team kind of pushes them around, they falter. This time, this game, they pushed back.
Billups inbounds to Cole Martin in backcourt. Takes to Garrison, and Clay has a job of getting it across the timeline, and he does.
Well, that's a guy you want to get to go over the timeline with his speed. Now it's playing keep away for a little bit.
Right, we'll do some clock management here. The Spartans. Over to Martin.
Yeah, they're going to try to foul here in a moment.
Billups. Back to Garrison, over to Graham, drives down to the circle, dribbles back out.
Gotta help him.
Graham in traffic, finally gets the ball to Billups, and Billups is decked as he is bumped from behind by McCool, and Lawrenceburg boy will help Billups up.
Carey's calling a timeout, not sure who they're going to call the foul on, or did they call timeout?
Timeout, I think. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remain on the clock in this fourth quarter of this ball game. This sectional opener from Connersville, Spartan Bowl, and
feel the pressure. Just call timeout.
Mitch, we're happy to have you joining us here on the ICS network.
We'll be here all week long. Got some great games.
Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we have a couple of high schools going at us, South Dearborn and Rushville, and when that game is over, Batesville and Franklin County. That's tomorrow night with Spartan Bull. .202 on the clock. Connersville in the lead, will have the ball. Comes into Martin. Cole dribbles around, caught on the arm. Foul called on Lawrenceburg.
Now what you want to do for the Spartans is get the ball in the hands of our free throw shooters, Clay Garrison, Cole Martin, and Toby Billups.
Foul is called on Gavin Yoon of the Tigers, and here's Cole Martin at the free throw line and shooting the 1-and-1. Shot is good by Martin. Bounces the ball a couple of 3 times, fires, and misses. 9 points for Cole.
Yeah, you hate to press it about the free throws, but
ball. Shot is missed by a Tiger. Rebound by Lawrenceburg. Nice save. Shot from out, missed by a Tiger. Garrison had to grab the rebound, and he'll be at the line for Connersville.
Yeah, that's McCool's 4th right there. Double. Now we're in the double bonus, so 2 free. Look how high Clay
a minute
gets.
and 39 on the fourth quarter clock here at Connersville tonight.
Now give the Spartans some cushion is what Clay Garrison is wanting to do right here.
Makes the free throw.
All of his points so far at the line tonight, Fran.
Second one drops. 6 points. All from the line for
Clay.
Okay. McCool will be taking the ball inbounds for Lawrenceburg. Tigers hurry into front court. Out to Yoon. To the other Yoon.
Defense is good if their guy's not shooting.
Now Patel. McCool will fire and miss.
They're calling.
He was fouled in 3-point land. He'll have
Don't
three
want to
free
do
throws
that.
coming.
Yeah. Do not want to give them an opportunity for 3 free shots right there.
37 Connersville, 26 Lawrenceburg. 1:25 on the clock. And Mitch McCool, number 5 for the Tigers from Lawrenceburg, fires a free throw and misses.
That went in and out. That went all, hit all the rim right there.
Free throw is up, and this one is good. Lineup change for the Tigers. Here comes Andrew Rennekamp back into the ball game, and Jackson Bobo will take a seat on the bench. Second shot drops in. 5 points for the guard.
Yeah,
How many?
3 points. I'm
3
sorry.
points. Okay,
Hit
thank
the
you.
wrong number. Timeout. All of his points from the line.
Timeout taken by the Spartans.
Ball control and get the ball to your free throw shooters. That's what the Spartans want to do. Force a turnover is what Lawrenceburg wants to have happen.
Absolutely.
You know, this right now, a 9-point game. It's a 3-possession game. And we get a free throw, that's going to put it up to 4. You know, this game far from over. We've seen some crazy things happen this year. And again, if you're the Spartans right now, what you want to do is you want to keep this intensity up this, because you know Lawrenceburg's going to just keep pressing and pressing and pressing.
Right, they have 4 players in to press the Spartans, as Graham will flip it in to Billups. Toby in front court.
That's nice.
Feeds off to Brown. Whistles. Stops the play before Brown can try a shot.
Well,
Another
try
foul
slam.
coming
You
up.
know, he was wanting to slam it right there.
Foul called on Garrett Union. 10th foul of the ball game on Lawrenceburg.
You know, actually, I think it's their 11th. That's
free throw is good. Toby Billups at the line for CHS. Coach Kerry Brown of Connersville calling instructions out to the team. As Billups tries the free throw and misses, makes it. 5 points for Toby Billups.
Yeah, he does
all
have,
free throw line, Ron?
I know he's had one where he drove that one.
There's a foul on Billups.
No, he's not happy about that call right now. Toby's not.
He doesn't appreciate that.
No, we'll find out. We got the replay on that. We'll see what happened. The guy in stripes is in front of us.
You're right.
Can't tell right there with the guy in stripes in front, but Toby.
You can see his reaction.
Yeah, he's not happy at all.
At the free throw line, number 3, Gavin Yoon for the Tigers. It is up and good. A 10-point ball game. Lawrenceburg ready for a second free throw. It's up and good. Lineup change for the Tigers. Here's Rennekamp into the game, and Jackson goes out. Jackson Bobo goes out.
Yeah, Toby's still over there. He's jawing at somebody. He's not liking that ball.
That shot is missed, and it's Garrison with the rebound for the Spartans. A couple of guys on him, force a turnover. A whistle stops the play, and
now stepped out of bounds.
Oh, okay, so it will be Connersville ball.
I mean, you got to know that they're going to press and press and press like this. They're not going to stop.
Up to Brown, he's fouled. Right. 1:09 on the clock.
Jacob's not the guy you want to put at the line if you're the Spartans. If you're Lawrenceburg, definitely.
Like we talked about, a couple of minutes in basketball.
Yeah, it takes an eternity.
Forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
Another timeout. Let's see what's going on. No, I don't think so.
No.
Jacob Brown at the free throw line for the Spartans. We might mention that Jacob and Coach Brown are not related.
No, they're not.
Some people may think that.
No. Jacob Brown and Clay Garrison are cousins.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, his dad and Clay's
missed
mom
by
our brother and sister.
Brown. Let's see if he makes the second free throw. Jacob has struggled all season long from the free throw line, but He makes that one.
He's happy about that.
What's his point total? 11?
Yeah.
Nice
steal
steal.
from Garrett.
Oh, nice steal. Garrett Wicks for Connersville. Whoops. Jonah Graham is tripped, hanging the basketball.
Wow.
The officials are letting them play. I'll say that for them.
Yeah, they want to get out of here, I
think. There were a couple of held balls there in that series. Toby Billups.
Look at that nice steal there from Garrett. He's got to get it to somebody, and Jonah. Wow.
Toby Billups misses a rare free throw. Adam Bird, 5'10" junior at Lawrenceburg, is in the ball game. He wears number 10. Second free throw by Billups is good after missing the first one, Toby. 6 points, all from the line, Ron?
He's got that
that's
one.
Right, you told me. Number 20 fires long, misses for Lawrenceburg.
Say it hit.
The ball hit the top of the backboard.
I didn't quite see it, but
I didn't either, but
I thought it hit the
ref
high of the
did.
glass. I thought he was pointing at that bird that's been flying around here all night. that
ball taken in play by Connersville, goes to Wicks. We're in the final 40 seconds, and Lawrenceburg isn't giving up. They're fouling.
No, they're not. They're not, and why would they? I mean,
absolutely not.
We've seen incredibly crazy things happen, not just this year, but
foul called on the guy and just came in the ball game, Adam Bird. To the free throw line this time is Garrett Wicks.
Missed that first one.
See if Garrett can get Connersville's 42nd point. He does. 41 seconds to be played. This game is winding down. There is Yoon firing long, missing on a three. The rebound tapped away by a Spartan, so it will be put in play by Lawrenceburg under their basket.
A nice hustle there from Garrett.
Comes into Bird, number 10 fires, and will miss on the shot. Fight for the rebound. Yoon has it, and
nice hustle there from both teams.
Player on the floor, loose basketball. Lawrenceburg has it. Shot missed by the Tigers. Wicks has the ball and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, he was pushed 2 times before they caught it.
Foul called on Lawrenceburg coming up. Free throw shooter, Connersville. And the Spartan cheer block is
they're happy, showing their appreciation for Spartans game tonight. Here's Garrett Wicks stepping to the line. Garrett was one of the seniors on this Spartan team. 76% free throw shooter. Fires and hits. Here is Tanner Brock coming in for the Spartans. And Riley Moore is in as Garrison and Brown go to the bench with Connersville. Second free throw good by Wicks. Spartans with a lead of 14. And Yoon tries a long shot. Whistle stops the play. What's happening here? Lawrenceburg takes a timeout. 30-second timeout for Lawrenceburg.
They want to get all those seniors in the ball game here. We have 12.8 seconds on the clock, and 44-30, and Connersville will enter their bench. Josh Williams comes in. Braxton Myers. Caleb Sparks. There the lineup changes for the Tigers as they'll send in youngsters off their bench. Meanwhile, it will be Tiger basketball out of bounds. This is Dakota Ruff, a junior at Lawrenceburg. He will flip it in to his teammate Bird. Out it goes to Denning. Loose ball, fight for the ball. Steal by Connersville, and the Spartans will bring the ball up court, and the buzzer sounds, and this sectional game is over, and the Spartan fans stand up, show their appreciation for this victory tonight as the Connersville Spartans win 44-30 over the Lawrenceburg Tigers, and as a result, Connersville will advance to the semifinals of sectional Friday night at
Against
Greensburg.
Greensburg. Looking forward to that. Definitely
Yeah, that
looking
should
forward
be
to that.
that should be a very interesting ball game.
Well, especially since Greensburg beat the Spartans here on this floor back in January, and you know that was really kind of the start of our slide. But Jacob Brown, tonight's player of the game, he scored 11 points for the Connersville Spartans. But really, you can really give the player of the game to 3 guards because they played so well. But Jacob was the benefactor of that guard play with his 11 points, most inside. He got a couple, actually 3 points from the line tonight. So you got to like that. Jacob Brown, congratulations being the player of the game. For Lawrenceburg Tigers, they were led by Gavin Younes, 12 points. His brother Garrett had 5. Mitchell McCool had 3. Daya Patel had 6, and Ashton Craig had 4 points. For the Connersville Spartans, again mentioned Jacob Brown's 11 points. Cole Martin 9 points. He did very well inside. Again, he was a benefactor of the guard play. Garrett Wicks had 3 points, 3 at the line there in the fourth quarter. Toby Billups 6, Clay Garrison 6, and Jonah Graham had 9 points for the Connersville Spartans.
Well, the Lawrenceburg Tigers season ends. They win 12 ball games and lose 11, and Spartan continues on. They're 14-10 right now, and right, we had a player of the game.
Yeah, again, Jacob Brown, player of the game. Yeah, absolutely. Again, benefactor of the guard play from the Spartans. Jacob Brown, you know, was able to get inside. He was able to control their bigs and keep them clogged inside. So Jacob Brown, a very deserving player of the game.
It's always with the player of the game. He has a lot of assists, a lot of help.
Yeah. Again, the help from the guard play was incredible tonight.
Yeah, knowing Jonah or Jacob, he would like to share it with.
Oh, absolutely.
With his
with
teammates,
everybody.
Because it was a team effort tonight, definitely from start to finish.
And one thing that the Spartans did that we had, we following the Spartans all season long. One thing that they did was that they withstood the pressure of Lawrenceburg, and a lot of times we saw this year where anytime the Spartans were pushed back, they kind of wilted, and the Spartans actually pushed back this time and increased their intensity. They didn't wilter, they didn't fall, and they walk out of here with a 14-point victory.
That's a good point, Ron. I mean, we've seen the press against the Spartans.
Yeah.
And it didn't bother them tonight.
No, not at all. They were able to get, as you see, legend Larry Brown and Bob Powers there on your screen, and you're right, it didn't bother them. They were able to control it. They didn't have one 10-second call, and we had so many of those this year where they were called behind the line, and the Spartans, again, just so good. There's tradition right there on your screen.
A couple of state championships for Connersville in 1972 and 1983.
Mm-hmm. You followed them then. Yeah.
You trying to say they built this place around me or something?
You know they did, Fran.
They did,
absolutely.
Okay.
You know they did.
Here's how this came in by quarters. Connersville led 11-4 at the first break, 20-9 at halftime. They had a 28-21 lead at the end of 3 and go on, as Ron said, for a 14-point victory, 44-30. Well, it's been fun here tonight,
yes.
And we hope the fans have enjoyed watching. Somebody has to lose, and that's unfortunate in sports.
Absolutely.
It's the Tigers go down in this ball game, and as we mentioned, end their season at 12-11. The Spartans continue on. This was victory number 14 for Connersville against 10 losses during the season. Tomorrow night, again at 6 o'clock, we hope you'll join us for the Riceville-Batesville game and watch game number 2. That will be between Franklin County and Riceville South Dearborn first game, Batesville, Franklin County second ball game. For Ron Wiley, this is Fran Schimmel, thanking you as always for watching Spartan Sports. And from Spartan Bowl in Connersville, good night, everybody.